Welcome to Steve Taylor's High School Star of the Week. I'm Nick Marconi here with Steve Taylor, Tom Cole, and Terry Crosby. Got a very exciting show. We got 2 cross-country runners, we got a band member, and we got an offensive line. Guys, take it away.
Thank you, Nick, for that awesome introduction. As always, I'm here today with Terry and Tom, and we've got a fantastic show. We're going to jump right into it. We've got something pretty cool today. We've got out of Northview High School, we've got Lainey Bulligrave, who's in the band, but also part of the pit orchestra. I mean, it's something that's so cool, and we always talk about people that are making a difference in the classroom, in the community, you know, not just athletes, but, you know, we wanted to mention this person in the band because you talk about the time and effort that goes into being in the band and performing on Friday nights, you know, at the football games. So we wanted to touch on this a little bit. Tom, you've got a great story here, though.
Yeah, and you know, I'm an aficionado of names. I love names. Lainey, what a great first name that is for a young lady. Lainey is very cool. But yeah, she's also a member of the Wynwood section. I don't know if we said that. 4 years in the band, as you said, boss, the pit crew, the orchestra. She's extremely talented. She's a leader in the band. There's a song, isn't it? Leader of the band. I forget who wrote it, but
Dating yourself again.
Yeah, well, hey, boss, as you once told me, 70, okay? Yeah, you know, I started coloring my hair and he said, don't bother. Don't bother. It isn't doing you any good. But Lainey's a leader in the band and for 4 years and has really helped their team situation. And we do, you know, and Cross is going to talk about this, I think. The amount of time the kids in the band put in is comparable to any sport. Right. I mean, people don't understand that. They see them on Friday night.
Right.
Friday night, they're in the nice uniforms, they put on a nice show, and people are like, oh, that's wonderful, that's great. But they don't know about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you know, all the days in between. So, Lainey, nice job.
And what I really like about us, we tend to seek out the underdogs or the people behind the scenes who mean so much to what they do and support their team. So, great job, lady. Great job.
Exactly. And you know, you think about these Friday night games this time of year when it's cold, and you know, and they're there just like the team, you know, they're waiting. They're putting in
and they're only moving till after.
There you go. There you go. So great job. Hey, next we're going over to Perrysburg where we're going to talk about this is an awesome name too, Brooke Dandelion, and talk about an awesome cross-country runner, and I think she brought home a title.
She did. She brought him an NLL cross-country title. But you know where I'm going with this, boss? You know, you're the captain of Taylor Automotive family, and you know we're lucky to have you in that position, and your father. And Terry's been captain of many teams. I was fortunate to be a captain of a team. When you become a captain, I don't know if I'm talking about school cross. I think it's one of the best feelings I ever had in my life because it's your peer group saying, you know what, we kind of believe in you. We trust what you have to say, and we're willing to follow you.
Yes.
And Brooks got that, brought him a title. So, Brookie, congratulations.
And really, I'm just completely amazed with the talents of Brooke. And I'll tell you something else. Cross-country track, I could never do it. And I always felt that I was a pretty decent athlete.
Right.
And I just wanted to mention that, and you guys will know this, Tom and Steve, DeVilbiss High School had some great track teams back in the day.
They were noted for track.
Yes, with Dean Moskey winning 11 city championships and 2 state finals.
Yeah,
so,
they were noted for track, no question.
You like the short bursts.
Yes.
You like go a little bit and then maybe take a breather.
Yes. Well, if you're remembering me walking up the stairs at
you had to stop a few times.
To the library.
It's all right. But yeah, these cross country runners, like you said, the training, the distance, and you know what's crazy though, I found out when they're practicing and they're doing their runs before the events, they're running for 7, 8, 10, 12 miles.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, what in the world? No, thank you. So, hats off, Brooke. That's awesome.
And that's key. What you just said. They're running. They're not jogging.
No.
They're
We're talking
running.
about the bikes, right? Remember, you guys are going to get on the bikes and go.
The only way I could do the course, boss, is really if you took like a ski boat rope, wrapped it around me, and then tied it to a truck and dragged me for the 6 miles or whatever it is. That's the only way. That's the only way.
Well, we've got another cross-country runner over at Perrysburg, right across the street here. We've got Andrew Beaks, and he brought home some hardware, I believe, on the men's side.
Yeah, they won a district championship, Boston Terry, and again, Andrew was the leader up front. They had a great team, obviously. No one person, you and Terry both know this, no one person can do it. You've got to bring the whole group around, but Andrew did that, and they won the district championship. Andrew, congratulations to you, and as the fellows have just said, I don't know how you do what you do because sometimes if you really want to understand cross country, go out to a meet, and just stand there and watch on the golf course and watch what these kids do, and you just say, you know, it will amaze you that they can run like that. I mean, it really is.
And Tom, you made an amazing, poignant point last week when you said you didn't do it on your own. You had support around you. And I think that's brilliant. It's a great individual effort, but you have to consider the team too.
Yeah. Funny cross-country story. My kids ran cross-country when they were little in the CYO deal, and they had all these kids lined up, and boom, they shoot the gun off. And all these kids would take off, and inevitably, there's always one or two of them that fall down, and you worry they're going to get trampled. But man, it was like, remember Braveheart, the movie Braveheart, where they're running at each other? That's what I felt like these kids, you know, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, boom, taking off.
Every year, boss, and Cross, when we report for football in college, you had to go through a series of how many push-ups you could do in like a minute 30. That's a long time. Push-ups, how many pull-ups, how many sit-ups. I mean, it doesn't sound like much. When you get all, then you run to 40 and all this. And when you get all done, then you got to run a mile.
Yes.
And the backs had to run it under 5:35. Now, that doesn't sound like much.
Well, yeah.
Right, but under 5:35, the lineman had to do 6:30. You know, the fat guys could come in. You know, I'd be a fat guy today. But so I train all summer to do this mile. I get there, I passed all the other stuff, and we boom, off we go on the mile. I'm doing pretty good because you got to pace you got to know your laps, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm kind of up to the front of this thing, and look like suddenly underneath the stands, kind of a dark figure pulls out underneath the stands. The guy was hidden under the stands. It was our second string fullback. His name was Vick. He'd been hiding in the stands, and he ran out. Coaches didn't see him. So then Vick and I are right next to each other.
Wait a minute.
Boom! He blows by me with a burst of speed. He only ran like 60 yards or something, and he won the mile. And the coach came up to me and said, "Why didn't you train like Vick?" You know. So
The moral of that story?
hide under the stands.
Sometimes it's better to work smarter than harder, right?
He was working. Hey, he trained on pizza pies and beer all summer long, and he beat me in the mile.
Hey, well, you talked about the heavies up front, you know, a little longer. We're going to talk about a fantastic group of heavies over at St. John's Jesuit. The offensive line there has been spectacular this year. You know, they got a great quarterback, Blake Lichtenberg.
Yep.
They had a playoff win, you know, last
now
Friday,
they're playing their second playoff game.
Yep, they got to go again this week. But the offensive line, really, you know, you can't do it without a good offensive line. So you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I wanted to give them some props because we always talk about the quarterback. You know, we always do that. Blake is an incredible quarterback, and he's carving out a great career just like his older brother. But in order for a quarterback to function, and you guys know this, if you don't have the guys up front doing the right things, I don't care if it's Tom Brady. Check Tom Brady's offensive line sometime in Tampa. Pretty good, okay? He can stand back there, make a sandwich, look around a little bit, you know, look around. When Kenny Stabler used to play for the Raiders, he had such a great offensive line that one of the Gene Upshaw told him one time, he said, "Snake, when you're back there, why don't you just move around a little bit so the defense doesn't feel." He'd literally just stand back there. Like for 2 minutes, nobody would get near him. So when you have an offensive line, you can function as a quarterback. And St. John's offensive line, as Steve said, done a great job this year protecting the quarterback. And they're in the playoffs. They won the first game in Avon, and now they have a big playoff game with outstanding Central Catholic this Friday. So that should be fun.
And I'm glad we mentioned them because I want to give them full kudos for what they done because, trust me, without offensive line, you're going nowhere. And I was a running back at Developers, and I always gave my offensive line credit.
Yeah, you did.
Always. It's not me, it's not about me.
Right.
It's about all of us. And if it wasn't for my offensive line, I wouldn't be able to run 10 yards.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Think about the importance of offensive line. Barry Sanders.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, he had
Oh
a couple
my
good guys, but they never had a good cohesive unit.
Oh my God.
Yes.
If Barry could have played behind like the Cowboys
4,000
line,
yards one
man,
season.
you know.
Well, when they design plays in any level of football, but especially college and the NFL, you guys know this, you can't block them all. And Cross knows this from being a great runner. There's one guy that's unblocked constantly, no matter where you're running, right, left, whatever. There's going to be one guy that shows up in a hole that's unblocked because you can't account for all of them. You can't put a hat on all of them. So the back has to make that one guy miss.
Yes.
Well, Barry can make one miss. His problem with the Lions is he had to make 8 guys miss on every play. That was the issue.
Yep. So great job to the O-line over at
St. John's O-line.
Keep up the good work. Good luck this Friday, too. Hey, that's a fantastic show. That's a
Yes.
wrap. Thank you very much. You know that first season's coming up
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Fall's
Yeah.
almost done. We're going to
Yeah.
be moving right into the winter sports.
Yep.
Where we've got lots of local talent. We'll be excited to highlight more of our successful student athletes. And hey, we want to give a big shout out to Marco's Pizza as always. I know we're going into the holidays. You know, a lot of family get-togethers, a lot of corporate events and things, and keep Marco's in mind. We obviously will. Tom might even share some pie with the rest of us.
I got a slice in my pocket right here now, boss. You want?
He ain't kidding either.
No, I'm not kidding.
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had some fun. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.